So I've recently come to realize that there's a interesting way to tell that somebody's content is on a whole other level than my own. And it's also made me realize that the best content is the content that will leave people talking about it well after they've initially watched it. Chip was talking to me, and he said that he wanted to get back into Escape from Tarkov. I had absolutely nothing to do with that. But he mentioned a content creator that I had seen and knew of briefly from the past. And that spurred on a whole discussion because of her actions in Escape from Tarkov. And we had this back and forth discussion about, the game in general, but it was mostly about what she was doing. And some of that information was a little bit... It had been a long time since I had seen any of her stuff, and Chip wasn't as familiar as I was, so it prompted me to go onto her channel, where I previously wouldn't have done so, because why would I? I'm not particularly interested in Escape from Tarkov, but since he brought it up, and we had this conversation, I go on her channel, and I start fact-checking everything that both he was saying and stuff that I was saying. And I went, oh wow, this is amazing. Content has left such an impression on him and me that I'm going out of my way to interact with more of it, just so I can continue to have this conversation about her and the way that she plays the game. And I was like, dang, I need my content to do that. Because as much as I hate to admit it, there's a lot of my content that you kind of just watch it and then forget that it ever happened. I very frequently have to go back through my own channel just to be like, did I ever do a video about X? Did I ever talk about Y? That's not really good, I don't think. And that speaks to me and the way that I treat my own topics and my own content, because while I always ask people to leave comments and share their opinions on things, the fact that I can so easily forget whether or not I've done something is kind of a big deal. Meanwhile, somebody else's content can spur on a very dramatic conversation to the point where it makes you go and interact with more of their content to continue the dramatic conversation. It's like a loop that feeds itself. Or a loop that you feed. Yeah, you feed into their loop. But yeah, that's one of those things that I've just been thinking about as I've been working on the next video project. What do you think? What are your favorite types of videos? What type of content leaves an impression? Something that you keep in the back of your head? Something that might spur you on to come back later on down the line? I need to know that sort of stuff. It would be very, very helpful to me. Anyway, enough rambling. It's probably time for me to get some sleep because it is late. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in another video.